April 9th, 2015. Severe thunderstorms are forming over northern Illinois, unleashing powerful winds and damaging hail. A man driving on the highway for a business trip takes shelter under an overpass, and then he spots this terrifying sight. It's an EF4 tornado, and it's dangerously close.
I cannot tell which way it is going, so I don't know how to get away from it.
This thing is wide and huge and dark, and it looks like it's getting bigger and bigger.
If the tornado looks like it's growing, then it's probably just getting closer. So you've got to make a decision on how to escape.
Yeah, it's coming right over me. Oh, crap. I have honestly never been in a tornado before.
If you're not an experienced chaser, you have no idea what direction this is moving in, and outrunning a tornado is a very tricky thing to do.
The driver stays put, capturing rare up-close footage as the Twister grinds its way across the highway.
Scary. The truck is, oh my gosh. Holy smokes.
He's underneath an overpass, and that's actually one of the worst places that you can be, because what happens is the winds get accelerated under the overpass because it's a smaller area that the winds have to go through.
Oh no. Yeah, that is completely crazy.
Forceful jets of air, called the inflow, are being pulled in toward the base of the tornado, and it's violently rocking the truck.
The truck feels like it's about to lift up off the ground. I'm not lying. Oh my gosh.
The wind speed increases so dramatically in very small distances. If you were maybe 100, 200 feet closer, he very well might have just gotten swept away.
Look at that. It actually bent the mirror backwards. Both mirrors backwards.
The Twister moves southeast, and the driver is spared a direct hit. But it carves a 30-mile path, nearly leveling the town of Fairdale and killing 2 people. It's one of several tornadoes to strike the area that same day. But it doesn't take a tornado for winds to wreak havoc on the road. This semi-truck on a Colorado highway is being battered by hurricane-force winds. The truck driver veers right, cutting into a field, and manages to keep the truck upright.
That truck driver needs a medal. That is a balancing act and some last-ditch maneuvering that I didn't think was possible.
Just like in a sailboat, he turned so that the tail of the truck was into the wind, and he took the pressure off the sail, which is the side of his truck. This could not have gone, I don't think, for another second or two. That truck would have gone over.
Wind is one of those things that's underestimated all the time. You can have problems in high-profile vehicles at 40-mile-per-hour winds. So you have to really respect the weather.
Winds can threaten not just vehicles, but the road itself. In 1940, sustained winds of more than 40 miles an hour rocked the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. The solid design didn't allow for wind to pass through the roadway. Instead, it twisted it like a ribbon. Under the stress, the structure collapsed into the water below. But luckily, no one was injured. The disaster served as a lesson to structural engineers worldwide, and within a decade, the bridge was rebuilt. This time, with open trusses that allow for wind to pass safely through. It's a sturdy replacement that still stands today. September 2014, a San Diego man is driving home from work with a dash cam rolling, when suddenly, a tree comes crashing down on top of him. The 50-foot eucalyptus cuts across the entire width of the freeway, narrowly missing the driver.
Lucky it was just the car that was damaged, and even to walk away with just a few scrapes is pretty remarkable.
The driver's blue car is totaled, and another car is also crushed in the impact. The wet, windy weather is a result of Hurricane Odile, a Category 3 storm that slammed Mexico's Baja California peninsula just the day before.
Anytime you have a hurricane, you're going to have a lot of tropical moisture, right? The moisture really started draining into Southern California. What happens with all that moisture? It has to go into the soil. When you have a shallow root system like that and you put any amount of water on it, it's going to be loosened up. You throw some winds, like close to tropical storm force winds, and those trees are going to come tumbling down.
Coming up, fire in the sky. And tourists caught in the middle of a record-breaking earthquake. When Weather Gone Viral continues.